Hey, you want a drag race, bro? Huh? All right. Buenos dias, ¿qué pasó, amigos? John's Moto Garage. As always, welcome back to the channel. My buddy's on his way over here. He doesn't know I'm going to be filming, and I don't have his permission to do this, but sorry, bro. You're going to have to be on board. I don't even think he knows I have a YouTube channel. He's in for a surprise, for sure. All right, you guys, let's hit it.
What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, bro?
Long time no see.
It's been a minute, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you care if I moto vlog this, dog?
Okay.
This is my buddy Yuan from back in the day. He kills it on the breakdance scene, and he's had a few bikes. At least one of them went down once or twice, so he knows what he's doing. He hit me up a few days back, and he said he's in the market and was wanting a bike, and I happened to have picked up this little beauty right here. Now, I don't know if I'm going to sell it to him or not, but I told him to come by and at least take it for a rip, make sure this is the type of bike he's looking for. And what I want to do is I'm going to take the Bolt, I'm going to have him ride this, and then I'm going to have him switch. Everybody wants to know which one's better, Bolt, this or the Bolt. And I figured, what better person to have just give us like a peer review and first impressions than somebody who hasn't ridden in a while and can jump on both, because you haven't ridden either of these bikes, right?
No.
So if you're cool with it,
Yeah, sure.
we'll have him roll on this one and then roll on the Bolt, and if he can wheelie either one of them, we'll give it to him. Just kidding. All right, let's hit it. All right, you guys, we're gearing up here, and hey, does it fit? Hey, this dude, he can do freaking head spins. You still doing head spins?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So I'm gonna take the Bolt for the first run, and Yuan's gonna take the Iron 883. We're not gonna be doing any drag racing. Hey, you want a drag race, bro? Huh? But we're gonna take both bikes out, and then we'll see ultimately what Yuan thinks regarding the two. So I'll jump on the helmet cam. Let's hit it up. All right, you guys, I'm gonna give Yuan the quick rundown. He's been on sport bikes, but it has been a minute. So keys right up here.
Yeah.
Just turn that all the way. And then I think there you go. And then the start button's right there. All right, this is gonna be like his first ride. Have you ever ridden a Harley before? No. All right, first ride ever on a Harley. So I'll kind of lead us out of the neighborhood, but then I'll let you pull ahead so I can get some good shots. Okay. I haven't been on this bad boy in a minute. This isn't gonna be a true Bolt first Iron 883, obviously. Oh, he's got it. Hey, once you've ridden a bike, any bike, and you're good to roll. Man, I always forget how much fun the Yamaha Bolt is. I got a lot of heat because when I took the Yamaha Bolt, or when I took the Indian Scout out, the first bike that jumped into my mind was the Yamaha Bolt as far as like comparing the two, and I got a bunch of heat back like, dude, the Yamaha Bolt costs half the price, man, that's not a fair comparison. I mean, technically you can compare any motorcycle you want. I'm not saying that's a fair comparison, but you can compare any bike you want. But the Bolt's a bobber style bike, so I dig it, and I think if anything, you should take that as a compliment that you're comparing the Yamaha Bolt to the much more expensive motorcycle. Gonna let him get some seat time on it. See what he thinks. Oh yeah, dude, I need to get more riding buddies. Just riding with other people is such a blast. I am really curious to see what his thoughts are, because I've ridden so many bikes, so I'm just kind of all over the place, you know. I don't know what's what anymore. But this will be somebody who's just jumping on a cruiser for the first time, riding a Harley for the first time, and riding a Yamaha Bolt for the first time. So he'll really be able to give us a good idea on how the two feel. What do you think so far?
Good. The vibration is way more than I thought.
Oh yeah. I'll try to get you up to a little higher speeds.
Okay.
the first thing he said is, dude, the vibration is way, way more than I expected. I'm like, bro, it's a Harley, man. It's a pretty good looking bike. I think he's ready. I think I'm gonna duel him out on a drag race. I think I'm gonna duel him out on a drag race. Hey, you want a drag race, bro? Huh? Alright, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's obviously not fair. Alright, hey, it might not be fair trying to drag race you when it's your first time ever on a cruiser.
Try to get used to it.
Yeah. I'll let you do this one, and then when we get back, you can kind of share your overall thoughts on the two. Alright, Yuan is officially moving on to the Yamaha Bolt, and I'm going to take the Iron 883. Huh. This does feel different. And now this is the Bolt C-Spec, so it's not the, you know, not your traditional one. Dang, that's a cool looking motorcycle. I think any bike I'm not on is a good looking motorcycle. So I guess my comparison, riding the two back to back, the Yamaha Bolt, now we're talking the C-Spec here, definitely more aggressive, less comfortable, feels more like a sport bike the way the seating position is, the ergonomics. But I have to say, in terms of the ride, I feel like the Bolt seems a little bit more refined, a little bit more responsive. The brakes are more on point. That's just riding the two back to back. It seems to be just a little bit zippier and peppier too, and it is a bigger engine, so it's definitely got that slight edge. What do you guys think? Just seeing the two, seeing Yuan mobbing around on each of them, which one do you think he looks better on? Yeah, we are having way too much fun here. It's probably a good thing I'm not riding with people all the time, because I think we'd get ourselves into a lot of trouble. I don't know. I think he might be sold on the Yamaha Bolt, honestly. Now, the Harley doesn't have the head shake issue that the Bolt has. Yeah, I mean, they're both nice bikes. So when I get back, I'm gonna ask Yuan a few questions. We'll ask him comfort-wise which one he prefers, appearance-wise which one he prefers, handling-wise which one he prefers, kind of like responsiveness, all that. And then ultimately, of the two, which one he digs the most. And I think this will be like an awesome kind of experiment. Now again, this is all personal preference. Just because it's one thing that he prefers doesn't mean that's gonna be the same opinion you walk away with. This is still just super fun bike. Both fun bikes. I'd say this one's definitely more comfortable in my opinion.
Where are the keys on this one?
Oh, right here. Same spot.
Oh, okay.
Yamaha pretty much copied Harley.
Yeah.
All right, so don't say anything. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions.
Okay.
Just curious to see what your thoughts are. So Yuan just got back. He rode the Sportster and the Bolt. So what's your experience with cruisers prior to this?
No, I've never been on one.
Never been on a cruiser?
Never been on one.
What's the just like brief history of your motorcycling?
A I bought my first bike in like '06. It was a CBR 600, 2003. Had that for 2 years, and then bought a 2008 R6, and then I rode that for like 6 months and then crashed it. So that's 3 years almost. Yeah.
Hey, he blames it on the sun glare, but I don't know. I think it was right or error on that one. I'm just kidding, dude. All right, so you've never been on a cruiser, let alone a Harley. So
No.
I think the viewers have a lot of questions, and we'll try to break this down. First of all, as far as comfort, which one would you say was more comfortable?
I would say this one was more comfortable. It kind of just felt like in between like a sport bike. I've never been on a cruiser, but that's what it would feel like, just in between.
Yeah. And
Because, like, comparing to this, I was like really hunched back, kind of back a little bit, and this one felt like more. I was like on a sport bike, so I was more comfortable with it. Just a feeling.
so that's more comfortable, more what you're used to.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do like a long ride, do you think that seating position would kind of?
Probably not.
Okay,
I think this will be a little bit more relaxing.
gotcha. And then of the two, which one handling wise do you think was there?
I think this was easier for me, just because of the position and everything. Over here, just wasn't really used to like sitting back and then kind of like leaning.
Yeah.
This one, because I was kind of up, so like it was more comfortable for me.
Okay.
But I think once I get used to it, this should be really easy to handle because it's much lower too when you sit.
Yeah, this one, and this is a Bolt C-Spec. It's a cafe racer style, so it is more of an aggressive blend between cruiser and sport bike.
Yeah.
Your base model Bolt is going to be a lot more like the Iron 883, where you got more of a mid control. It sits a little lower, and you're more in a kind of upright seating position. So it sounds like you, with your sport bike background, this is definitely more familiar as far as the position goes. What about just overall performance, handling, braking, turning, responsiveness of the throttle?
I think this one had better response to the throttle because like when I pulled it, I could like feel it.
A little torquier?
Yeah. But handling wise, like I said, it was much easier to handle this one for me, just being on sport bikes all the time.
Yeah.
Overall, I actually like this one a lot better. It just felt that, gives you that feel like motorcycle feels, like all vibrating. You can't really hear anything.
Yeah.
And then you're just cruising.
So that was going to be my final question. What would be your ultimate pick? And it's interesting you say that because that's one of the things every time I jump on a Sportster especially, but really Harleys in general, they just have a completely different feel that you don't necessarily get with your metric cruisers. And it's hard to really pinpoint what it is. I haven't come up with a word to like articulate it, but there's something about a Harley that's a Harley. You feel like you're on the road, you're on a motorcycle, it's not a spaceship. And people who want a sport bike, they go out and get a sport bike. People who want a cruiser, a Harley, there's a reason why they like that rumble that you have. And it's one that you don't really get with your other cruisers. Some people call it, being more refined with the metric cruisers, and it's all personal preference. I can see pros and cons to each, but that's interesting you came up with that conclusion, because that's been my thoughts. Those have been my same thoughts for a long time, and I know a lot of people share that same thought. Something about the Harleys, man. So ultimately, if you were to pick one of these, you're leaning towards the 883. But yeah, there you have it, you guys. This is from somebody who's hasn't ridden in I don't know how many years.
5-6 years.
5-6 years, jumping on the two. Clearly, he's got a little bit of a bias for the sport bike position as far as seating goes. That's what he's used to. But yeah, I was honestly watching you ride. I was sure you'd say, "Oh, I love the Yamaha Bolt way more." But yeah.
No, I like the way it feels.
All right, sold. No, I'm just kidding. All right, you guys, I think that's going to do it for now. Yuan and I are going to talk, see if we can eventually get him on a bike. May or may not be this one, I don't know, we'll see. But he's in the market, and he's wanting to get something to be able to get out and rip around. And if he does, guaranteed we'll be out riding a little bit, because I need some more riding buddies. All right, John's Moto Garage, hasta luego. Big thumbs up for Yuan. Gracias for being willing to be a guinea pig here on the episode. Nos vemos, amigos.